Morning, Geshe.
Good morning.
Greetings to you all in person and online. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Jennifer Y, who will be Geshe's interpreter for today. She's come up from Sydney and has a small family there, so we're very grateful for her to come up. Jennifer has spent time learning Tibetan in India over the last, not so much over the last 10 years, but over 10 years, and has studied at Tsultrim, doing their study program, and she has experience in debating. And we're hoping to see more of Jen in the future, and with Ben Wilcartson doing some transition from his interpreting to Jennifer. Jennifer will be continued to live in Sydney, but will have their help with some of the translating on or interpreting on the Friday and Saturday teaching. And we really hope you enjoy your time here, and very grateful for your coming, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. I think.
Sorry. Yes, yeah.
I don't have it on the computer. Yeah. Yeah, just from our booklets. Yeah. Something o'clock extremely Lamrim has actually arranged them into whatever know that you are has each and every one with her but the general major freedoms of richness is meaningful. I believe while they concerns transmigratory beings. May I and my family members and all sentient beings may practice and actualize the teachings of the various ones or Santrapa. Raise punishment, substance of its ones. Mining into one intent on my crown, white nectar, the color of milk, I thought, cleansing all my sicknesses, spirit harms, negative colors, obscurations, the imprints without exception. Clear, clear.
Now we recite the minimum on page 30 3 times.
Sanji Chadang Soji Chong La Chimchu Bardu Dami Kemsu Chi Dagi Chushi Yevang Da Drola Benji Sanji Drubara Shu Sanji Chadang Soji Chong La Chimchu Bardu Dami Kemsu Chi Dagi Chushi Yevang Dagi Sanji Drubara Shu Sanji Zhedong Soji Chong La Chu Bardu Dami Kemsu Dagi Chushi Yevan Dagi Drolam Sanji Drubara Shu Kanki Tuzi Nizoni Tawa Tongji Bambi Chari Tambi Chun Dunji Kodam Kela Chansi Lo Good morning, everyone. Good morning. 아니 nga chozo chugirero chozo gi
Sorry, can I just get his volume up a little bit? Can I just get his volume up? Yeah, I can't hear very well. On here. Yeah, I can't catch that very clearly.
I think it could be a little bit loud for the rest, but you can.
Okay, yeah, we'll try.
자리하고 고민해.
Yeah, well, several comments on data.
그래.
Alcohol.
nga dani gigin ro kinza kerandelia 기규르치도 배바인자 아니 조 추석이 개축 용당 학든도 아니 라면 소버를 묻히게 삽지니 계란을 삼지 드스틸리 슈위스.
So, as I am the teacher here at Chingrasic Dharma Center Institute, and we're going through the process of changing our translator or the interpreter position. And I am the substitute or the representative of Lama Zopa Rinpoche and his wishes. Geshe mentioned.
In the Kerangi, Zavi Tsokso, Kerang Motor Test Cheson,
Yes.
in the Kerangi, Kerang Motor Test Chevan, Getuso, Gawayungro.
So Geshe is encouraging me to speak on my own behalf. Please let me know if the sound is a little bit sort of unclear, and we'll work through it. So, as you know, my name is Jenny, but my Tibetan name is Churki, Tupten Churki, and that actually means delighting in the Dharma. So over the past almost 20 years, I've had the opportunity to actually do just that, delight in the Dharma. So, but in order to, how I've done that is back in the early 2000s, I had the opportunity to meet extraordinary Tibetan Buddhist lamas, and developing a strong connection with them. I was deeply inspired, moved to follow in their footsteps and connect and communicate with them directly. So that motivated me to learn the Tibetan language. And logically, the best way to learn any language is to be in immersive environment. And that's why I went to Dharamsala, originally with the intention of only staying for maybe a year or so. But as you know, things lead to one thing and another. And I was invited to stay at an international institute, Tsultrim, and that's where I had already learned some basic language skills, and I entered the advanced classes where we studied Buddhist philosophy and the Dalai Lama's teachings. And then after that, I had the opportunity to translate in McLeod for a Nyingma teacher doing introduction to Buddhist topics. And that was for 2 seasons. And that took a lot of learning still, but I improved at great speed. So then finally, I was asked by one of my teachers to actually enter a Tibetan nunnery and start the Geshe studies. So I studied at Jamyang Drilling Institute in Dharamsala and started their Geshe studies for 4 years. And at that time, I was the only Westerner amongst Himalayan and Tibetan nuns. So went to the morning prayers, puja and classes, and debated twice a day, every day for 6 days a week, and participated in the grammar classes as well. So finally, I decided that I wanted to move back to Australia and gave back my ordination to my abbot in Australia, and that was in 2014. So, and since then, I've, as Ruby mentioned, I've been very fortunate to meet a supportive family and have 2 young children of my own. And now I'm here. Okay, so, and I hope to be of benefit and of use to all here. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any Tananzo Sapasan Sanima Ya Lamrim Drink Tony Church Motorchi de Vira.
So on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sunday, we're doing an introduction to the middling stages of the graduated paths to enlightenment.
Is that Lamrim Dingy 참디 더 신의 줍죽 아니 갑죽을 레요레스 라
So, the place that we left off at is actually at the place where we are looking at establishing the way of karma fighting or samatha meditation.
어디래 더 신의 줍죽 갑죽 더 신의 미과시비 미과 가정이 마땅한 중 미과 간랑간점지 슈 사레스 다지네마 사지 시종 생하고다 사지 시종 전에 아니 두두지 슈야인스 라 아니 간주 추추추의 제가 사질이야 가서 쭉쭉의 제가라 잠샤야레 드리.
So today we're going to be finishing our class up at 11:30. Yeah, but before, so I believe that this is a little bit earlier than usual. Yeah, so but at the moment we're going over identifying the objects of meditation during our karma fighting. Yeah, in order to attain the karma fighting of samatha. So as we've been proceeding over the outlines, I'm sure you're well aware of the outlines that we've already covered. And this is in a condensed way to show what we've covered so far. But yes, we'll be finishing the class off at 11:30 today.
그래서 증sam디 니번이 가르리 니번디 미번 뭐 템바당 강사 강기 강라 미번 차와 템바세 니번디 강사 강기 강라 미번 차와 템바세기 사제티레스.
So the outline for this second stage is that looking at the object of meditation at this particular time in order to realize the karma fighting state.
들다 다 강사 강기 미번 강라 템바슬라온디 강사 소소라야 감다 매번 면접을 연구여라스 라간서 아니 리카시 다 뉴문라 파자바이나 뉴문 비초라 자바이나 아니 지 가시는 대차 첨부 가시 아니 셰당 첨부 아니 가시 지 남도 차고 아니 가시 지다 몸보식 첨부 데 딘디기 아니 리 mambu 연구라스 라.
So here, when we're thinking about the types of people that there are different types of dispositions, different types of natures that each individual has. Yeah? So each individual might have a higher propensity or a stronger affiliation for attachment or a stronger affiliation towards hatred or ignorance. So each person has got individual dispositions. Yeah. So there's many different types according to the individual.
Tenanji yönden çoğla tsujarvaynas ra yönden de legbi çala tsujarvana kanza kashi be ani rigba yabu da şerab yabu sigro kanza kashi şerab yabu yore kanza kashi ninji çembu yore ani kanza kashi be sösim çembu tindig rig mambu keba yungu doas kanzalara.
So, but if we look from the perspective of the good qualities that people have many different dispositions in terms of being compassionate, being patient, being wise. They have different types of dispositions and tendencies as well, looking from the perspective of having the good qualities.
딘자 nganzu gyundeng sosusoge kamda meba kari imbadi 신고야 배 개침부레샤스 라 수수비기게 안 유무 총의 상담와이나 아니 유무 가르 숙치한도 라 소소라니 뉴무 카르 슈크체도 디 samutang 거야 양지 gewi chola jarondige ani kari dangamando suzule sherab dangamando ninji dangamando zosam chiang dangamando tinji tolaya samlo tani cheba chebaina ani nyamlin cheondige ani suzule ani nimu kari shuk chebadi ti meba soyage tabshi chetuya 아니 지 레비차 가리 뉴군도 가른 당금문도 니 공부를 땅토야기 갑도 탑시 땐토야기 개바도 슉 전부 로여서레스
So as an individual, we know ourselves well, and we can reflect on where our strengths and weaknesses are. So it's important to reflect, but in particular, analyze which of the afflictive emotions may be stronger within you. Yeah. So whichever afflictive emotion, such as anger, hatred, competitiveness, impatience, and so forth, may be stronger, and so important to identify that one. But also from the perspective of the virtuous activities, yeah, or the side of meritorious actions. If we look at what is within ourselves, we may say that we need to work on being more compassionate. We may need to work on our skillfulness, our wisdom, or we may need to be more patient. So the idea is to really take the opportunity to investigate. Yeah. And then once building on that investigation, we can see which afflictive or disturbing emotion is stronger. And then by having identified that afflictive emotion that is stronger, then we're able to rely on its direct method or its direct antidote to remedy that.
딜딘자 다는 디나올라야 디슨고레스 대차 니번니 대차 시체원니 남도 시체 발기 강사이나 아니 남주 슈발리 송바터 림바 셴도 아니 무두바니 우 종어 발라야 아니 소수 녜비 미딘 차고바 소마나신 미딘 텔레 미바 텔레 때니 아니 신이 드바이나 데니 카요 라요스나 하고라 카요 라요그 펜도용 그레스
Yes. So from the text, it reads, okay, second, in accordance with what is set forth in the sutra requested by Rivata, it is taught that persons ranging from those in whom attachment predominates to those in whom discursive thought predominates, they should rely on the individual objects of attention specified, ranging from the repulsive to one's respiration, respectively. Those with balanced contact, yeah. Let me intimate this go out. Yeah, okay. So what is mentioned here is that one who is able to correctly identify the object of meditation, if it's attachment or discursive thought, then we're able to see that it has a direct benefit, yeah, a direct sort of in your hand benefit that you're able to clearly identify that afflictive emotion that is more stronger. That's okay.
어디다 디나올라야 대차 시체와 있나 무두고 공거리 송야 지금도 왔으라 단 대차 시체부 진바나 무두고 공거리 라운지 아니 지 Taya miso soso kamda myoba pigi soso 코육 세나하고라 소소
Joy.
코육래야 따고야디 개침부래도 왔어. 다 조디 아니 랍중 포모속 랍중 포모 임바야나 조디 domba송고 그러와. domba송고 디기 아니 dom비 민투조 조디 아니 착삼차고레스. 로 dom비 민 진짜 차바 칸라 계자기 식 간다지 임바야나야. 아니 무두고 거야디 개침부 빼레스. 개침부 빼레스. 야 지 김답 손이 로 김답 손댕이 지바네 고 다야렌도스 라타 지당긴 되연라 소바 치 응고볼라 소바 하장기 애니 착삼치 되면은 두줄이야 지 무두고 공야 마도 지 양지 소소소게 지 다디 용거라 답변은 사상소로지라야 아니 무두고 공되나 까부 긴직사 말아왔어 고고여서 말디 단단디 소야 쪼디 라브종 포모솔이야 잔 송고여서레스
So it mentions in the text that God, for people that are ranging from those who have attachment that predominates or that is more prevalent in their mental continuum, or desire is more prevalent in their mental continuum. It depends on the disposition of that person. But for example, if we take attachment or desire that is more prevalent in that individual as a object of meditation to reduce that desire or attachment, we visualize, for example, the environment as being undesirable or unappealing. So, for example, in our context that we're in this Dharma Center, we have monastics, the monastics and monks and nuns. So, for example, the opportunity to reduce that desire or attachment in particular objects is to visualize or even meditate on that object as being unappealing or unattractive. And then not only that, the opportunity exists for the lay person as well. Whatever object that you have a greater sense of attachment, desire, and your mind going towards, being drawn towards, then we can visualize and meditate on that as being something that is undesirable or unappealing to reduce that attachment and desire. But mainly, we think of it in terms of within the ordination, people holding the ordination vows. That's okay.
디르다 간지 소송이 바차고 그래서 다 셰당 숙진부 임바지나 균댕기 잠복고미야 돌아야 배준치고야 되니 띠무시 제와지 임바이나 아니 텐드기 내루곰고야 아니 남도 시침부지 임바이나 가르송도 남도 시침부 임바이나 옥종공고야 소바 어디디 디디 송고도 쓰라.
So taking the object of desire or attachment is just one example, but everybody's different and has a different disposition and character. So we take the object that we've identified as being the most strongest in our own nature. So for example, if the prevalent afflictive emotion is anger, then we can take our object of meditation, its opposite, for example, love in this case, as the object of our meditation. And in the same way, we take, if we have confusion or unknowing is more prevalent in our mind, then we take its opposite as thinking and considering about the dependent origination. And if we have more predominantly discursive thought or a lot of conceptualization, then we take the opposite of focusing on one's breath, yeah, to reduce that discursiveness.
Teda 다 찬양바 줘봤던 뉴문송의 강사이나니 하르시비 미버 대달해 강라 가와시글라 샘송의 초기 니제 모고소스 소소 가리가는 델이야 가리가는 가리는 되버야는 미버 될 때는 로초그래 인지미 기라 될 땐걸 세지 요 말이스.
So it reads in the text, those with balanced conduct and those with slight mental afflictions may concentrate on any one object explained above that they are happy to do. They do not need a certain particular object of meditation. Yeah. So what that means is that depending on what you've identified as being the stronger disturbing or afflictive emotion, then you can use its opposite as your object of meditation. There's no hard and fast, you must use this object as your meditation.
델라 착소가 시체원이 개원 한말 착소가 공부집이 착소가 율 총을양 착소가 유린 기워스 착소 시청부 용약 유긴 가르레스 라바이나 아니 개원 한마 신듯한 말이 개원 한마 남수 아니 착소 디들이야 공부식 또기 아니 센들이야 착바께서 율 비다 춘중직 제바이나야 아니 작단 숙청부기에 대해 용야디 개원하면 공비왕이 총발레스.
So it reads, in this regard, predominance of one of the 5 mental afflictions, attachment and so forth, means that through habituation to attachment and so forth, in previous lives, long-term attachment and so forth arises, even towards small objects of attachment and so forth. So due to the prevalence that has been experienced of those afflictive emotions in our previous lives, then in our current life, then that when even meeting a small condition, the afflictive emotion arises. Yeah. So due to the prevalence in our previous lives, that afflictive emotion, even with a small condition, appears.
인자 더 나중에 소소소게 샘로 디소소소 하고고그라 고그라 와서라 된저 소수 결이야 차당 숙제중 가주 여매디 소수 신고야지 개체무 빼려던 왔어 된저다 멍발이야 차당 윤용 빼나 깨와 치만이 넘서 아니 차당 매버 소고이나 아니 센델이야 아니 차당라 님이 고야지 로 차당라 님이 고야지 개체무 빼차고요서레스 모두 센델이야 차당 다가랑 깨왕 한번 넘서 공부난지 센델이야 차당을 깨 맞대진 차당게 온든 로데바나 안 깨와 치만 넘서 차당 숙체를 줘야지 모두 연구여서 말했다 차당 숙체를 줘야나 될 땜비기 아니 렘기와 마무사 안 디데블이야 다 동가 균체메 용돼야지 곧 렌데 로단지 레샤스.
So as an individual, we each know our personal dispositions and the propensities that we have in terms of attachment, hatred, anger, and so forth. And we know the degree that we have these within our mental continuum, yeah? The strength or the weakness that we have them. But if we want to reduce these afflictive emotions and in the future, we want to experience less afflictive emotions in this life and in future lives, it's important to consider the afflictive emotions in this very life now. In particular, to consider the drawbacks or the disadvantages of those afflictive emotions, attachment, hatred, anger, and so forth. So, but on the other hand, if we do not consider in this life the afflictive emotions, in particular, the drawbacks of those afflictive emotions in the future and the future lives, they'll be stronger and stronger. And at the same time, if those negative afflictive emotions are growing stronger, then we are committing a lot more negative actions or negative actions, not unmeritorious actions, excuse me. So, and that is in the context of our understanding of the law of cause and effect presentation. Yeah. So this is why we need to consider the drawbacks or the disadvantages of the afflictive emotions in this life.
다드니 찬양을 줘봤어야 돼. 아니 찬양을 줘봤디. 가를 때는 용어를 로지 그래. 기왕 한번 착소 공부 맞지 장스. 착소라야 슈지기 비기 되면야. 아니 착소라 님이 맞대비. 아니 왕기 착소라야 님이 다 맞고이나. 아니 착소 균춘을 내야지. 그러 대다기 율라 착소 시첨부 균이 매기야. 문제 오면은 착소 깨야지. 그러 딘디기다 님이 맞대비 왕기 아니 착소디 연구열이스.
So it reads, those with balanced, sorry, just 1 minute. Those with balanced conduct have not got habituated to attachment and so forth in previous lives, but they do not see themselves as being disadvantaged. They do not see the afflictions have been disadvantageous. Therefore, even though the predominant or the long-term attachments and so forth do not arise in their minds together with their respective objects, but it's not that they do not occur at all. Yeah. So what that means is that even though somebody may have a balanced behavior, that comes from considering drawbacks from previous lives. No, even though somebody that has a balanced behavior and because they've looked at the afflictive emotions in previous lives, but in this current life, even though experience when meeting small conditions, they still have the propensity to display or experience the attachment, hatred, and so forth. Yeah. So that's due to the force or the power of not considering the disadvantages of afflictive emotions previously. Yeah, that's it.
아니 뉴무총안이 깨와시엔도 착소 공부 마치시 님믹스 따와서 제비 착소기 율첨보다 만볼라 착소 우와 깨라스 뉴용기 그레스 님믹스 따위 왕기 펜도티 용그레스라.
So the benefit of having looked at the drawbacks or the disadvantages of the afflictive emotions is outlined. Those that have slight mental afflictions have not become habituated to attachment and so forth in their previous lives. And due to the fact that, among many other things, they've seen the afflictive emotions as being disadvantageous. And attachment and so forth only arise in a very slow or a very measured manner towards the major objects of attachment. So this is the benefit of having considered previously the disadvantages of the afflictive emotions.
the nyam the loss the is you ding the chongla megis you chaso kisa any you'll shoot the you'll chimbo the town chaso to union kigres ngama nyimi te yawana ani chi ding the chong to wana king mares nyimi ta delia gensen pe chimbo chagayores the sungodara
Plus. So it mentions here, towards medium and small objects, they do not arise. So what that means is that somebody with balanced behavior, because they previously considered the drawbacks or the disadvantages of those afflictive emotions, even though a medium or small object of those afflictive emotions, even if they meet those small objects, then the afflictive emotions do not arise. And that's based on the force of having previously considered the drawbacks.
대양 차소가 시치위니 유림보당 시치위니 유림보당스 비 차소 깨버마스 차소 유림보 베는 셰당도 깨버나 유림보 데그레스 다 셰당기니 공주 유림보 센 데바이나 아니 냥가 마무 쇼지 레그라스라 어디서는 다 유림보 데그레스 아니 차냥버 쩨바니 하장 유림보 몸바당스 총은 뉴드 샘닌 드보스 데 작당 슉 첨보기 영행기 미디기 신니 드바이나 아니 규rum부 슝 고르레스 겨버 드부토고 마레스 아니 찬냠바지 임바이나 아니 신니 드비야디야 대zam기 유rum부 고르고 마레스 데 작당 맹이지 임바이나 작당 춘중 그 강사지 임바이나 신니 드바이나 아니 겨버 쇼치 돈타카시 다와카시 나라래 드립투그레스 인자 작당라 니미타네 작당 뇽 땅고야 작당 마기와 제고야디 아니 신니 중인 그 강사질래야 쇼지 계셔버레스
So if we are somebody, a person that has a lot of anger or hatred within our mental continuum as a disturbing affliction, then it's something that is creates a danger, or it inhibits our ability to attain the state of concentration in terms of achieving karma or samatha. Yeah. But on the opposite side, if somebody has a balanced or an equal in their afflictive emotions, then it is easier and a little quicker to achieve that concentration in order to achieve karma or samatha. So if somebody always has a disturbed mental affliction of anger and hatred, it'll take quite a long time to attain that concentration. But it's somebody who is balanced and reflective, then they won't take as long to achieve that concentration for attaining samadhi, karma or samatha. And then in the same way, if somebody's got very small amount of disturbing emotions or afflictive emotions, then it's very likely that they'll achieve that concentration state quickly. Okay.
이번에 늘 미국 강라때니 신이 드냐면서 다 지르니 간사 소수 미국 하셔봤다 레스 라 간사 소수를 자르만 하셔봤다 레스 캬버도 남도 시셔와니 롱공바 내두시오다 운종공공야디 아니 베 계심고레스 셈 하장 셈 양댕이 셈 트루댕이 미지인바이나 아니 롱공야디 운종공공야디 아니 계심부베레스.
So secondly, we're looking to identify our objects of meditation and what in particular do we rely upon here. So if we are somebody that has got a very busy mind, we have a lot of discursive thought, conceptualization, that it's very important to focus on one's breath in that situation.
딜다 다 롱곰온디 롱곰비 깔려야 류게 군주 계단저라 류 군주 계단선 하고라 류 대단저라 류 대단지 비다 담봉한저 신의 담봉 비는 군 주곤디 디나나 송여랬다 류 대사게 덴디나 아니 지금 잠부당 딘디 착부 마인바 주부 마인바 로 덴디 덴 간마 대원디 소볼야 아니 대부여와 덴지간 대고레스 다 덴간의 대처를 수비게 대단티 장부당 흘려진 마대바이나 아니 수비난게 장롱 저단티 아니 야부지 용구여서 말아왔어 디 말레바이나 욱동낸 시에디 아니 비다 랑신 욱동낸 시에저라스 라디 텔레야 뇌균치기여레스 텔레 뇌균치나 욱동낸 고미야 텔레야 랑신 뇌그러왔어 인자 아니 공도 소만나신 그 류 대단티 빼낸가 친구 차가도스
So when we are focusing on the breath as our object of meditation, it's important to also remember our body posture. Now we spoke about and we've gone over the importance of our body posture in earlier classes. Yeah. But just as a reminder that it's important to have a not very soft and not very firm, but just right cushion to sit on. And on that cushion, we're able to sit in a posture that is very straight, but also relaxed at the same time. Yeah. Whereas if our body is not straight and relaxed at that time, our internal winds and channels are not able to sit and remain straight and flow easily. So it's very important to sit in a comfortable posture such as this, especially when we're focusing on the breath meditation. Please make sure you take a beautiful picture. For the website.
셴양스 다디마 찍로선 셴양 다들기 상경원송도 슈비 땡인선 당스 다 땡인선이 개보만 보시선 거다 다들기 상경원송 슈비 땡인선 당 땡인지 갑이 지수 차네 공름 발바던 타말레 대신시비 꿀라밍니 땡인즈 저거 송라 르빈 chanchu sambi kyang kula mingni tengin zu zhubo somba lamrim devar changsos.
Sorry. So next. In particular, it reads, in particular, it is important for those with predominant discursive thoughts meditate on the breath. Next, or furthermore, stages of meditation 2 and 3 follow the Sutra of concentration, which perceives the Buddha of the present face to face, and the King of Concentration Sutra, in teaching the accomplishment of concentration, observing the Tathagata's body. The commentary on the difficult points of the lamp or the bath also quotes statements by Master Bodhibhadra that concentration is accomplished observing the Tathagata's body. Okay, let's take it.
That's all. Telling on the Brisbane is Drogoora, Migilea 줄룩 리메이크 소리지 레시피를 지금 로고 요레스 티치디 제와요는 직당으로 치 셀링한 잠시하고 공부만 섬스 기준이 컨트롤스 컨트롤이
So today we're going to finish the formal class here because we are going to Brisbane this afternoon for an interfaith dialogue. Yeah. So if we'd like to have any questions, now would be a good opportunity. But this is why we're going to Brisbane this afternoon. So we'll leave it here. But if anybody has any questions, happy to answer them. About anything, doesn't have to be about today's class. Rala.
야, 저 직당
Yeah. Okay, so is that a question, or you just want to just is that a good method? Yeah. So chudang gilaptu
야,
chudang labna nangla and then gom gap yure nangla
쳐봐.
chudang 얘기를 그래서 그래 nangla and then gom gap yure 얘는 삼삼 세 칠라 람상 얘기래 세 칠라 람상 얘기래 자 얘네 수수기 라마 얘네 계시 수준기 구기 밑엔 기 배출당내 얘네 샘 얘기 싫어 말했어 얘네 수수기 라마당 소속이 구파르 다보 애니 데 갈라 애니 zugsugna 애니 디 답시야 부두게
게시줄 좀 하고 마서. 소설 라마라 야구요.
So he said he doesn't know who this Geshe Tsultrim is, but if it's one's personal lapa, then that's good to use as your object of meditation. Yeah. Any other question? Yes. So 수수기 채검라
지금
채검라 and 수수기 님몽기 님보 데 무슨 베질라 and 데 무슨 단데 채검라 그래서 얘네 채검 기간라 and 조금 신의 조금들을 다 주그레스 쭉 레베스 티와리요.
거기 쯤으로서
알레
쯤으로야 록버로
알레
많이 가든 쯤으로 하고
house. So Geshe just mentioned that our friend here regularly joke together. That's why Geshe is most likely laughing.
갈라이
So ane 김호주에게 김생 가르래서나 ane 제모제사스 라이언.
다단다 그 되어들어. 지당기 약슈디 당부 제바치 뉴무기 님부 가리 임바티 제바체니 하코츠비 제라 강 하코야 텔리아 셈테니 신니 드비아티 더 약슈지긴 사레스.
Yeah. So very clearly stated that this is the best method to go about focusing on that karma parting meditation. Yeah. Firstly, we investigate, we look at the different afflictive emotions, identify them, applying the remedy, and having applied that remedy, then we engage in that single pointed meditation, that placement meditation. Yeah. Using the analytical meditation and then using that placement meditation on that basis. So that's really the best method to go about it.
야미카시기 조금 제로 그 곰갸사제로 사제제로 유중 약부 통대살이야 대치 아니 곰갸게 연도로 치도스 대지나 세미양도로 곰갸디 유중 고여 말하다 아 미카시기 딘디 치도스 안 통송스.
So usually when somebody is using placement meditation, they're in a dedicated meditation place, you know, or a retreat place. And that retreat place, it's got a beautiful view. Yeah. So, but at the same time, they're using their analytical meditation and then also going on to that placement meditation, but then their mind is becoming scattered. So there's no real need for this beautiful low view, so to speak.
계란 딘디 책임 maybe rewa yes.
I know.
계란이 딘디 책임 maybe rewa yes.
So I hope that you don't do in this way.
Thank you. 괜찮아. 그래서 람람 말람. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
그렇잖아요. 야구 배충수. 도시. 벤르는 벨렌 총님이 간다 양보 건시 서버지 너무 많은 기술과 남편 계획하고 다주지 제모순을 새로 군주양 장비 지지지롱이 임비진 바꾼 사람 지초 이는 집에 자는 예수조랑 계시 소리랑 야외 담바리 이제 담바리 저기 맞게 저ኛ벌 기회 저기
whatever direction the even this creative and create conducive conditions for practicing the excellent paths, never be parted in any of their lives. Prayers paths, praise by the Buddha.
Whenever someone makes it.
In accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practice, may it always be centered by pride once, since prosperity spreads everywhere.